Chapter 1 and 2, Missing the Signs. Our family dealt with my mom's often strange behavior by ignoring it, brushing it under the rug, or chalking it up to stress. My parents received an old computer from their granddaughter. All the family was quite excited by this. We thought we could email back and forth and keep in touch that way since we all lived in different places. This actually worked pretty well for a while until my mother started having glitches, as she called them, using the computer. The internet technician from the computer store came over to help her. When we were home, different family members would sit down with her and review how to operate the computer. She took copious notes, seemed to understand, but ran into more glitches as soon as we left. Eventually, I drew pictures for her on how to operate the computer, and although she expressed understanding and seemed to know what to do, we didn't realize how good her acting skills were. It didn't matter how many times we repeated the information or how many pictures we drew. Every time we left her house, her ability to operate the computer walked out the door with us. When my dad turned 90 years old, we had a family reunion at their home over the weekend to celebrate his birthday, and many relatives came home for the big to-do. Their two granddaughters from the West Coast were the surprise visitors. We separated their arrival by a few minutes so that we could spread out the surprise. We were all gathered in the living room when the doorbell rang, and the first granddaughter came to the door, was welcomed in. Everyone was excited to see her. A few minutes later, the second granddaughter rang the doorbell. My mom said, "I wonder who that could be." She walked to the door, opened it up, looked at her granddaughter and said, "Who are you?" Her granddaughter looked back at her and said, "Well, I'm your granddaughter." Another clue that we somehow brushed off, attributing it to the stress of taking care of Dad and the commotion of having so many visitors all at once. Looking back, it's now obvious to me that our minds are well tuned to rationalizing strange events or behavior in our attempt to normalize life.